Hello, welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Update. I am your realtor, fellow Next Homie, Connor Raymer with Next Home Realty Experts. Happy Halloween to any and all that are out there looking today. I'm a Jedi. It is Halloween, of course. So if you're not watching this on our YouTube channel or on Facebook Live, this is bad audio for you right now. Go ahead and cut out John Carpenter's Halloween masterpiece right there. Good afternoon, everyone. Wanted to get in the holiday spirit a little bit today. I may still hold on to my lightsaber. I kind of like having this here as a pointing thing of some of my notes. My name once again is Connor Raymer with Next Home Realty Experts here in Bowling Green. This is episode 2 of our relaunched, revamped, formerly Market Update Monday, now the Real Estate Update. Thank you all for joining us. However you're consuming this today, of course, we're on however you consume your podcast, whether it be through Stitcher or iTunes. We have the link for our YouTube channel right there in the description as well, and the podcast link. You'll be watching this on Facebook Live and got a little glimpse into that cinematic performance there. I was not in any high school plays or any acting experience, so all of what you all just saw was completely organic. Up here in the office, this is funny, came to our home office today. I have not actually... I feel like I've been kind of on house arrest for the last 30 days for anybody that's been keeping up with me on a personal note before we get in to an episode of the Real Estate Update. My wife Becca and I did end up having our twin boys, JJ and Bo, here in the last 30 days. So for all my clients that have been patient on times to meet up and work with me for new listing or buyer leads, or investors we're working with, or people in our property management division showing them, the rentals we have, I appreciate you so much for your patience and understanding and showing some grace for this new season we're having. Mama is healing up great. The boys are growing like weeds. And they got to celebrate their first Halloween last night, at least in our neighborhood, since it's supposed to rain tonight. If you get out and about, come by and come see us. We are in Pennyroyal Farms neighborhood. Be giving out candy to anybody that wants to come by tonight till 7 o'clock. I think is when they said they'll be shutting it down. So anyway, thank you all for joining us again. Another episode of the Real Estate Update. What we typically do week to week, we typically do this week to week, but with it slowing down in this crazy 30 days I've had here, I wanted to come on and recap the month of October. The last time we had joined, we kind of took a look at the month of September, got an idea of how real estate was progressing there, specifically as it relates to Bowling Green, Warren County. Now, we try to look at 3 different categories when we do this each time. We try to look at the active inventory, what's available right now from a residential standpoint in Bowling Green, Warren County, what's pending from a residential standpoint in Bowling Green, Warren County, and what's been sold from a residential standpoint in Bowling Green, Warren County. And for today's dates, we're just examining the whole month of October. This will probably end up being if not weekly, a bi-weekly segment now that life has kind of started to come back to normal and I'm starting to be able to peek my head out and break away from the house for a little bit since we're getting some more help for the boys. So anyway, it has been a great 30 days, but without further ado, I know everybody came here to see me with my lightsaber. I'll hit a few more poses. I see some people jumping on. Thank you all for coming to check this out. We'll go ahead and start with our active properties, what all is active currently right now in Bowling Green, Warren County from a residential standpoint. So if it's not Bowling Green, Warren County, it's not residential. And it's not listed. So if it's for sale by owner, non-residential, or not in Bowling Green, Warren County, it's not going to be on this list. If you want information on homes that may fall outside or properties that fall outside of that umbrella, let us know. That's what this segment is for. Meant to be informative, meant to start a conversation, meant to be a little bit of a George Lucas teaser from my upcoming movie role. So currently we have 625 active homes for sale from a residential standpoint in Bowling Green, Warren County. Those range, and this is crazy to me since we've had this new listing hit the market here in the last, it's not our listing, I wish it was. I believe it is the highest residential listing our MLS has seen, at least that I could find in Warren County history. And the low end is $38,900 for our 625 listings, but the high end that I'm mentioning, $3,999,000. Our average, of course, that's a massive spread. That's not typically as high as most homes here in Bowling Green, Warren County are going for, especially when you look at residential properties. But, it's a record-setting home. It's a gorgeous, one-of-a-kind home. It's an estate here in Bowling Green, Warren County. I'm familiar with which property it is. It's a wonderful home, the Sheldon's property, Spiritfield Farms. Wonderful property. It's almost a $4 million place, but it's the high property right now of our 625 total listings in our MLS from a residential standpoint in Bowling Green, Warren County. Our average price for those 625 listings comes in at $320,890, so just below $321,000. Our average days on market for those 625 homes, right under 100 days at 99 days on market. So a little over 3 months for active inventory and how it's sitting. I do always touch on this because, you know, people watch these and maybe their first time watching it, maybe something they've watched time and time again. When we do these, and I said it a few minutes ago, hey, if you're interested in something outside of Bowling Green, Warren County, this is not meant to be just a total umbrella approach for how all real estate should be handled and observed and viewed in Bowling Green, Warren County. It's just if you have interest and you want to know generally what's going on, you may have interest in maybe getting some more specifics on a certain property you want to buy, or maybe you want to buy a property but you need to sell yours first, and you're just kind of listening in for basically a state of the union of how the real estate market is. That's all this is. So I don't want anybody to think this is ever intended to be kind of just a blanket assessment for the entire market as a whole. This is just what's happening, current inventory, basically, like I mentioned, kind of a state of the union. So just a quick reminder for anybody that's new out there. Our under contract or our pending properties right now in our MLS totals 155 total properties. Those range from $29,900 all the way up to $849,900. So about $30,850 for round figure sake. Our average for those sets in right at about $234,000, and they're averaging just under 70 days on market at 68 days. Going back to what I mentioned earlier about kind of having a blanket, a blanket approach on any of these, one of the biggest things that stands out to me when we look at our active homes for 625, I don't want people to hear this and think immediately that, you know, days on market, oh my gosh, if I'm going to list my home right here, right now, I'm going to have to do 100 days on market. That's not necessarily the case. Once again, this is a blanket approach. When you've got, you know, homes on there that may have, you know, maybe drastically overpriced, their niche market home, whatever it may be, not marketed appropriately, there can be about 4 to 5 handful of things that typically make properties set longer than others, areas that are obviously more desirable than others. So don't let that be, if you're hearing that and listening for information and hear, oh my gosh, I'm about to wait 100 days. I can't list right now. Once again, just general information for the properties that are available. Doesn't mean it applies to your specific property, but I know a good realtor who could tell you if it does apply to your specific property. Check the comment section over there. Our last section is the sold section. We have 109 total properties that have been sold for the month of October from today, about 30 minutes ago when I did put this together, till October 1st. Of those 109 total properties, they range from $38,000 all the way to $599,200, so about $38,000 to $600,000, with the average coming in at $233,000. Average days on market for the sold homes is a little over 100 days as well, at 102 days. And just like our active homes, doesn't necessarily represent a market average for your specific home. If you live in Bowling Green, Warren County, and want to know, hey, how long is it going to take to sell my home? Just like the average sales price won't necessarily represent what all homes are going for, what your home could go for. Every piece of property, it's like a snowflake. They're all going to have unique characteristics and traits that kind of make them their own, and because of that will help determine what they're worth and how long it will take to get what they're worth. Once again, this is just designed to be fun. It's designed to be informative, to start a dialogue, to start a conversation with people out here in South Central Kentucky. We're here to be your real estate resource. So if you have any type of questions, feel free to reach out to us, whether it's here on Facebook or whether you're listening on the podcast or Stitcher, however you consume your media there, or if you're watching us on the YouTube channel, shoot us a comment or a message on there. However you want to get in touch with us, our contact info should be plastered all over this post. So reach out to us however we can help you. At the bottom of this post as well, you will see a link that lets you get a free home evaluation. This is not meant to be scientific, just like this information here on the data. It's not meant to be a blanket example of what real estate values are exactly right now in Bowling Green, Warren County. So if you want to get an idea, a general ballpark idea of what your home is worth, when you click on that link, it will let you fill out some information to let us know we need to reach out to you and come out and see your property and give you just a thorough market analysis on your property. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today for a little bit. I look forward to hearing from some of you here soon. If you need anything, please reach out. Have a safe and happy Halloween. I did want to mention tomorrow there will be a first Real Estate Investor Association meeting at the Ryans from 11:30 to 1 p.m. feel free to come out. This is something that our brokerage is putting on, specifically our principal broker, Greg Raymer, my dad. The old man is putting this on. This is just intended specifically for investors. If you're interested in maybe producing or getting into properties that can cash flow, investment style properties, this is going to be straight up your alley. There's going to be a ton of perks. There has not been a local real estate investor association chapter started here or a RIA group. So we're going to be starting, have the first annual meeting tomorrow. Come out and have lunch with us. Ryan's, we've got some print-offs about some upcoming foreclosures that are going to be listed. We're going to have Heather Akins with Stockton Mortgage coming by tomorrow to talk about potential loans that are on the market right now for investors that are looking to get in to investment properties that may not be your primary home that you're living in. And there are a ton of great programs if you have never done this or you haven't done it in a long time. So come out and have lunch with us tomorrow, 11:30 to 1 o'clock, even if you can only make it from noon to 1 or 12:30 to 1, whatever it is. We'll have a packet there for you. We'll get your name, number, and email. That way we can let you know each month when we do have one of these. And you can attend to know, hey, this is all the upcoming investment properties just as soon as anybody else and right before anybody else would know about them. So thank you again, Facebook. May the force be with you. Have a safe and happy Halloween, and we will talk to you all soon. Thanks so much. See you all.